Everybody, this is Steve with the Tattered Flag Project. This is video 4 of a 5-video series, and I want to talk to you about a few things. I'm talking about the power of 20, but also tell you tomorrow I'll be with Colt Floyd, and if you guys don't know who Colt is a really amazing guy. He was a subject in the documentary Citizen Soldiers. He's also part of the Tattered Flag Project Casualties of War Vet Fam. But he'll be talking with us tomorrow live in the same room. But let's get on to today's discussion. Talking about the power of 20. We live in a society where people are always, they're skeptical. People are very cynical, and they want to know what they get. Okay, that's fine. We're completely cool with that. But the power of 20. Why is a lifetime membership right now for the first 30,000 members, $20 for a lifetime? Well, it's this simple. That $20 from 30,000 members does two things. One, it gives us the number, 30,000 paid lifetime members that politicians then take us seriously when we start sitting down and talk to them on behalf of our member group. That's our steering committee. That's our resource that tells us what we need to be doing. That keeps us grounded into the veteran and first responder community. The other side of that $20 funds the lobbying initiatives, administrative functions, helps us open more corporate relationships, helps us bring on more locations for casualties of war and other organizations to work out of nationwide. It gives us resources to expand our programs and initiatives nationally. We fund the programs through corporate partnerships, but we drive forward the expanse of the project through participation of our members, through membership dues, lifetime dues or fees, through sales of product such as the cups I'm talking about, the shirt I'm wearing. That's how we obtain our funding to operate and move forward and expand. And we've done really well. In 2017, we went from basically being a local organization to being a statewide organization to being a multi-state organization to now we're a national organization. And I am currently the acting managing director of the Tattered Flag Project. I'm also the chief lobbyist. So when you're talking to me, or I'm talking on behalf of the lobbying effort. I'm talking about what we're doing with politicians. I'm talking about what we're doing with initiatives. When you're talking and saying, hey, Steve, I have an issue, your issue's being heard. Yesterday, actually over the last 3 days, I've spoke to about 40 people who responded to videos, sent me PMs and say, hey, I want to talk to you. So I got on the phone and had many hours of conversations with people, and it was really interesting. They said, yeah, it's 20, but what next? What after that? And I'm going to say thanks for Pat in Ohio about that. What next? Pat is a 60-year-old plus woman that was a veteran, that is a veteran. She was a dental hygienist nurse in the 60s, in the Vietnam era. And she said to me yesterday, she said, I never felt like a veteran, and it really hurt. I said, wait a second. You're exactly what a veteran is, somebody who serves, moves beyond themselves. She said for years she didn't feel like a veteran because she didn't go to war and she didn't fight. The power of 20 is it takes 20 individuals in a support role to put a combatant in the field. So if you're a combat veteran, and being a Marine, we joke about pogues all the time, but if you're a combat veteran, turn around and look at your brothers and sisters who supplied you and fed you and brought you ammunition and did everything else and made sure that you got paid and made sure your family got paid and made sure you got transported home, because they are absolutely important to the mission. That 20 to support the 1. And it's the same thing in the veteran family in a local community. It takes 20 or so people to really actively handle a veteran in need. One of the reasons why Casualties of War has been 100% successful in preventing veteran suicide is that 20-to-1 nature. There's always 20 different people around preventing an issue from happening. It's not, person who is a suicide, you need to pick up the phone and call a crisis line, and somebody on the other side may talk to you and say the right thing to you. No, it doesn't work that way. Your brothers and sisters put their hands on you. in a loving and compassionate and supportive manner, and helps you propel yourself forward. That is the aspect of the vet family. And that's another function of the 20-1. Pat in Ohio talked to me yesterday and said, Steve, I'm becoming a lifetime member, but what do I do next? It's real simple, Pat. We talked. She's on the Veteran Services Board in her community. She's involved with other organizations. We sat down and had a nice conversation. Now I'm very proud to announce that we will be pushing another extension of the Tattered Flag Project into Ohio. Yesterday I had another conversation with another person. We'll be expanding into Colorado. 2 more states. Just because people said, I'm going to get off the couch and I'm getting involved. I'm going to become a lifetime member, and I'm going to become a member of the veteran family, and I'm taking on a mission. Now, we understand the value add back to somebody who's a member. As I've said before in these videos, we're working with organizations, working with companies, working with corporations, working with financial service companies to provide benefits to our members beyond them serving in their local community, getting them advantages to cheaper car insurance and home insurance and mortgages and credit cards and financial services and legal resources. So many things that you need in a day in and day out life that we're working on. Now, after the 30,000 members, the 30,000 number is achieved, that will be an ongoing monthly due process or an annual dues fee that the first 30,000 people who step up to the plate will never have to pay. So if you're 30 years old and you think you're going to live to be about 60 years of age, it'll be about 60 some odd cents a year. About 7 cents a month. I think that's a wise investment. I think it's a very wise investment. At 50 years of age, that $20 lifetime investment is a very wise investment. Because you're actually engaged in a group that is engaged in doing something. Not talking about awareness, not say, hey, we got a problem and we don't have a solution. We are actively engaged, presenting solutions, being engaged in the conversation, opening opportunities, and getting people to execute on opportunities that we help them find. That is the power of 20. Whether it's $20 or 20 people, or 20 posts or 20 states, it's force multiplication. Force multiplication is how you expand. So, in this conversation, really quickly, I've talked in theories about the power of 20, about force multiplication, and about interconnectivity and suicide prevention and these other things. If you have any questions or comments, post them below. If you want to talk to us, send us a PM. You can call our office in McKinney, Texas. But send us a PM if you're here, because we're always monitoring Facebook and Twitter and every place else. Send us an email, get on the website. If you like what we're doing here, buy a Tattered Flag Project t-shirt. It's $24. Sweatshirts are $44, and they're amazing. Remember, we're certifying organizations and companies so you know what is happening. Mission accountability, mission accomplishment. Be mission ready. Always move forward. If you haven't become a member, www.tatteredflagproject.com/join. Click the button, enter your information. You'll get an email confirmation back that you become a lifetime member. We'll be doing something very special coming in the future for our Plank owner members, our first 30,000 members. We'll be doing something very special. Also going to tell you, come June 6th is our 1-year anniversary. We're not even a year old yet, officially. Get on board. Now's the time. Thank you. Have a good day.